Hey everybody, today we are going to go through 15 pantry staples that we keep in our home. Now, this was a very hard list for me. It was originally going to be 10 items and I just could not narrow it down. I was like, but this, we always have this. So 15 was my hard stop, and these 15 items are pantry staples that we've had from the beginning. So from when we first moved in together and we didn't have a lot of space, just starting out, we've always had these 15 items. Now, your pantry staples are going to change depending on what you and your family like to eat and your cooking and baking skill levels. So I want to know what staples you guys have in your home. So let me know in the comment section down below and we'll start going through them in no particular order. So instant milk. This is a huge lifesaver. If you're trying to stretch your fresh milk, it's great for baking. You can drink it. I don't like to, but you can. You can use it for cereal, but this is really good for baking. And when I do make up the instant milk, I just make a big mason jar. You just need the instant milk and water, and then you mix it together and then keep it in the fridge 4 or 5 days. Usually use it up before then, but that's how we utilize that. Yeast. Now I am going to count this as a pantry staple, even though you need to keep it in your freezer. Some people use their fridge, but you need to keep your yeast cool and store it in a dark place also. So I double bag it, keep it in the freezer, but I make a ton of bread, like a lot of bread. And this is a 2-pound bag, and I'm probably halfway through and I've had it for 2 years. So a little bit goes a long way. You're usually using like 2.5 teaspoons, so it lasts a long time. So you've got to take care of it so your yeast stays alive. Pasta. So we love pasta, spaghetti, fettuccine, make great quick night meals. We have noodles of all types on hand, but spaghetti and fettuccine noodles all the time. This one's fettuccine. Flour. So this is just the all-purpose flour. It's all-purpose. Good for baking, good for breading different meat. There's good for gravy. All-purpose flour is a must-have to have on hand all the time. Yeah, we make our own bread. We make our own pasta sometimes. Flour, very important. We will go to bread flour. Now, bread flour isn't really a must-have if you don't do a lot of baking. I do, and I make a lot of bread, and I have a sandwich recipe that uses a mix of all-purpose and bread flour, and it is so good, and it's a sandwich bread. Also, let me know if you want to see a video on that, because I can definitely share my recipe with that. So bread flour, always on hand. Oil. Now you need this for frying. You can use it as a fat in different baking things. Oil. It should be a neutral flavor so that it's not overpowering to the food, like olive oil. That's not necessarily something you want to fry anything in. Peanut oil is my favorite, but it's really expensive. So canola and vegetable are going to be a really good oil choice for you, especially if you're on a budget. Baking powder, again, a lot of baking. This is good for raising your cakes and stuff because you don't put yeast in them. Salt. Salt is so important. You put it in sweet and savory things. It enhances flavor for everything, and it gives you some minerals that you need. We actually have 3 different kinds of salt, but just make sure you have salt. And if you're only going to have one, have the iodized salt. Rice, cheap and filling. And you can make it taste like whatever you want, pretty much. You want fried rice, perfect. You want to make your own rice-a-roni, have garlic rice, perfect. You know, creamy rices, perfect. You can even make dog food, and it is so inexpensive. Great for budgeting. Peanut butter, your favorite peanut butter. We like Jif. Has protein. It makes a quick and filling snack. Bread, pancakes, just by itself. Peanut butter. Getting into sweeteners, honey is definitely a really good one to have on hand. You can use it instead of sugar. You can put it in tea, sweeten that. I like to have local honey. It just tastes the best. So I usually get mine at the farmer's market, and it's really good, especially starting to be fall here right now. Fall, winter, and so people are getting colds and stuff. Really good. Soothes your throat. Hot lemonade with honey is the best remedy for a cold. Sugar, again, bread, sweet and savory meat recipes, and any type of baking. Just pure granulated white sugar. Brown sugar, again, this is another one that goes in baking as well as some sweet and savory meat recipes. You can make your own brown sugar, but I don't think a lot of people have molasses on hand, but that's what you would need, molasses and plain sugar, but I just keep brown sugar on hand. And then number 15 is powdered sugar. Again, if you just have granulated sugar, you can make powdered sugar when you need it, but make a lot of cakes and stuff for different things. It's a must for frosting. So I always have powdered sugar on hand. It works the best for whipped cream too. But yeah, that's 15 items that we have in our house at all times. Let me know which ones you also have, and also if you want to see any of the recipes that I kind of talked about here, let me know and I would be happy to make that video. Have a great day.